What's up? It's Billy Brisbane over on Twitter at Getting Bills. I've been getting called out for not showing my face in the videos, so I got to show the face in the videos, man. Game preview here, though. Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Minnesota Vikings here. Both teams have had a somewhat disappointing year so far. They'll be both trying to make their playoff pushes in tonight's game. Minnesota is only 2-7 ATS this year, and in its past 9 home games, and only 1-9 ATS in its last 10 times as a betting favorite in this one. So make sure you're wary if you're betting on the Minnesota side. But the first player that we're going to look at today is going to be Najee Harris, $10,000 on DK, $14,000 over there on FanDuel. Minnesota has allowed the 4th most rushing yards per game this season and have allowed 134 yards per game over its last 3 games. Yes, that would be worse than the Lions and Jets broad view perspective wise. Harris over under is set at 70.5 rushing yards tonight. Harris, even though hitting a rookie wall, has surpassed this number 5 times this year. Harris will be the future back in a much easier matchup this week against the Vikings than the one against the Ravens. The Vikings have allowed an average of 90 rushing yards per game to its running backs in its last 4 contests, but the big news of this slate is going to be that Adam Thielen is out for this game, man. And one of the hottest players in the league since stepping on the field has been Justin Jefferson. Currently on the season, Jefferson is 7th in the NFL in targets. The Steelers' defense has given up the 10th most fantasy points to the wide receiver position. Pittsburgh has allowed an average of 175 receiving yards allowed in the last 3 weeks, which is a bad thing with Jefferson coming into town. Jefferson has averaged 144.7 yards per game and a touchdown over its last 3 games. I don't overthink it. Just lock in Jefferson and be rewarded for it tonight. But the sneaky play that we're going to look at tonight is Tyler Conklin, man. With Adam Thielen being out for this game, I expect a lot of ownership to gravitate towards KJ Osborne, rightfully so. We're a fan of the talent over here at Pub Sports Radio. We're on that one earlier this season. I will get him in the lineups. He logged in more snaps than any other wide receiver besides Jefferson last week. But the leverage play in the slate is going to be Tyler Conklin, who will have more upside in this game. He played 95% of Minnesota's offensive snaps against the Lions last week. He finished the game with a season high in targets. He's had 9 red zone targets in his last 4 games. For the year, Conklin has had 14 red zone targets, which is tied with Mark Andrews and Hunter Henry. Osborne is the receptions play, but Conklin is the higher upside 1v1 play. But the sneaky play that we're going to go into today, we don't ever talk about kickers, especially on this podcast, but Boswell poses an interesting upside on this slate. He scored in double digits fantasy-wise 3 of his last 5 games. With the Big Ben arm deterioration, the Steelers have been willing to take more field goal opportunities when they present